Right, my personal background, I was born and brought up on a small Welsh sort of mixed hill farm in the Swansea Valley, a little village called Davies. I left school when I was 16 to go back on the farm because we also had a milk ground. We used to be producer retailers. We used to bottle all our own milk and sell it on our own milk ground. So unfortunately then I had an accident on the farm which curtailed my farming activities at the time and ended my rugby career, which I don't know which was the most disappointing, but it had quite an impact on my life. And then I sort of decided then to go out into the big bad world and, you know, find myself a proper job, and basically ever since I've been working in agriculture in one form or another. Well, my Nuffield experience has been it's been quite a varied experience, to be honest. It's certainly been very interesting, it's been eye-opening, and certainly educational as well. And probably, if I'm just looking at the experience itself, what it's sort of really sort of highlighted, if you like, is the amount of interested people that seem to be dotted all over the world connected to agriculture, and just the sheer variety of things that you've seen, you know, and things that I've seen that otherwise I never would have seen, if you like. Yeah, on a serious point with my actual topic, which is all about the role of grass in lowering the cost of production on UK farms, the key things that it just kept coming back to all the time was the absolutely vital nature of soil fertility and the huge impact that rotational grazing can have on the sheer amount and quality of grass that can be grown. So from a UK perspective and from my key findings, those were the big things. You know, I was going to farms that were obsessional about getting their soil fertility right, and all around them were brown sort of barren lands, and then you went to their farm and everything was green, and it was absolutely mind-boggling. And it just hammered home the message that if you get your soil fertility right, then it gives you a fantastically good base with which then to grow crops of whatever nature. And then the rotational grazing, you know, that's something they were doing, okay, on a long-term basis. Like this farm had 90 paddocks, you know, so they only graze them 4 times in a year because obviously, you know, they don't have the rainfall, so, you know, the regrowth was slow. But it was the rotational grazing over there that had built up the soil fertility, because you concentrated all the nutrient load in. And I think that those are definitely the 2 take-home messages, practical messages for UK farmers, is get your soil fertility right, rotationally graze, and you'll see the benefits. Since I've finished my travels, I've actually started up my own little business doing grassland advisory work, so I suppose it can't take the full credit, but it can take part of the credit. It was something I was always wanting to do. I knew I had a few significant gaps in my knowledge that I needed to fill before I'd be happy to go it alone. It allowed me to really have an in-depth focus in my area of particular interest, which is obviously the grass and the grazing and soil, and it's helped me, you know, be able to start up my own business, and it has certainly raised my profile as well.